Duncannon, Pennsylvania. So, something I've been telling people is that this is where I stopped last year on my way through from visiting friends and family on the East Coast, and I met a ridge runner who kind of gave me a side eye. I was like, you're not gonna finish this. Like, he didn't say that. He's like, oh, okay, you're gonna hike the trail, but like with the tone. Yeah. Anyway, so I made it to Duncannon with just a little part of me, just to spite him. I have no idea where he is. I never got his name, but you know, here I am. And Monkey Toes and I are flip-flopping. So what a flip-flop is you get to a certain point on the trail, like Duncannon, more popularly Harper's Ferry, or, you know, Radiolab flopped in Daleville. Shameless, when she got off trail and was all like, wait, no, I need to get back on trail, flip-flop. So she started in Maine and is hiking back south. So the traditional flip-flop is you hike to a point, you go north, you come back down to that same point. You close the gap. We don't know exactly where we're going to yet. We're either going to go to Maine, hike through the 100-mile wilderness, and then up Katahdin, and then come back down and hike south again, or something. We don't know quite yet, but that, or maybe we'll go to Vermont, like Rutland, and then hike north, and then come back to Rutland and hike south again. We don't have those firmed plans yet, but we're definitely going north. It's record-breaking heat waves here in Pennsylvania, hitting triple digits in another couple of days, and while that's not great in the woods, this next section of Pennsylvania is just all rock. So it's all super exposed. It's mostly flat, but like the climbs are intense, the descents are intense, and then beyond that, it's just exposed rock. Sorry. Some of these cars don't have mufflers. So really, it's, as much as I love the heat, as much as I love being warm and summer being my favorite season, it's not prudent, practical, or safe to hike in this heat on exposed rocks when it's dry, because there's no water out there, so it's all water carries on top of that. So like, in addition to our usual pack weight, we're carrying an extra 10 pounds of water, which is intense too. You know, it adds to its own level of misery. So that's what we're going to be up to, and I'll keep you posted on the rest of that. And this was just a quick little update about what's going on. I did just post the latest video. Go catch it on the YouTubes. Love you all. Talk to you later. It's been nice seeing family, Grandma and BB and everybody, and Sticks and Cheney and Monkey Toes have very much enjoyed coming up to the lake. And I've got my stuff and got to figure a couple of things out, what's coming with and what's staying back. And then we're off in the morning to Maine to hike Katahdin and start our flip-flop. Switch to video. Let's see if we can get a shot of Washington while videoing. Oh, it's on the other side of the tree. There we go.
You can see it hiking. to see.
I can barely see it.
Yeah,
I'm too tall.
I catch a little glimpse every now and then. Maybe.
Yeah, I'm going to try right up here.
The lower we go down, the less I like it.
There
we go.
The taller it looks.
Oh, the trees.
Yeah, there we go. There we go.
We're going down for a while by the looks of things.
Yep.
All of the
Trees.
trees.
Scott?
Oh, yeah, we can watch all this. So you read it?
Yep. I don't have.
Update. I am at the Appalachian Trail Lodge in Millinocket, Maine. Gotta take a second to make sure I get it. Monkey Toes and I were able to get a reservation for the Katahdin Stream Campground with this lady named Tippy Toes, who rented or made a reservation months ago, because apparently you have to make those reservations months in advance. So we were very close to being totally effed, if not for Tippy Toes. Didn't know that when we went into this situation. Didn't know that until we were already at Millinocket and like, oh hey, crap. So we were very lucky, and she's letting us share her reservation at the campground because there's enough spaces for all our tents there. And we're hiking up Katahdin in the morning. And it's surreal because this should have been the end, but it's kind of like the beginning, but it's still very much the middle. And I'm in Maine. I've never been in Maine before. Here I am in Maine. Anyway, yeah, we got to get up really early and be out the door at 6 to catch the shuttle, because it's still like an hour to the campground from here, and we're at the town that's closest to the mountain and Baxter State Park, so got to get up nice and early. Yeah, so those of you who are thinking of flip-flopping or planning a flip-flop, when you're getting ready to leave on your hike, make your reservations for that campground. For those of you out there in the world who are not planning on a flip-flop, keep in mind that if you end up choosing to flip-flop, you might have to get delayed until you figure out how to get attached to somebody who has a reservation already, because we got delayed a day or two because of that. That's okay, not a problem. So we'll be summiting Katahdin August 1st, 2022, and we will be immediately entering the 100-mile wilderness the next day, because as soon as you exit the park, or as soon as you exit out of those campgrounds, you're walking right into the wilderness. Highly recommend that you find somebody to do a food drop for you, otherwise you're carrying 10 days worth of food on top of your usual base weight. It's a lot of food. It's a lot of weight. What else? Millinocket is a super quiet little town. Like, it's a little town. It doesn't have all of the weird liquor laws that the South has, but it's still very much an economically depressed town that caters to hikers, because they know that that is mostly the business that's coming in. Hikers and families of hikers who are coming to pick their people up. And it used to be a paper town. There's no paper mill here anymore. I mean, it's an amazing little town at the doorstep of the amazing Maine wilderness, but that's hikers are essentially the tourists that keep towns like this alive. And I'm probably just going to come rolling through sometime just for shits and giggles, I think, later on. But definitely find your way to Millinocket if you can. And support this amazing little community. Keep it alive. Anyway, I'm gonna go and see if I can't find dinner. Get to bed early tonight. It's so surreal. Beginning our climb up Katahdin. And that is beautifully clear water.
I noticed that when we were walking up when I first saw the stream earlier.
Hello. Hey. Look at that. Trees are getting thinner and smaller and shorter. Alright. Let's see if we can do this. Also, ain't gonna lie, it's probably getting close to time for second breakfast. You know? Alright. A little bit of water on the trail. Trees are getting shorter and shorter. Paths in the trees. Nope, this way. I almost think I was accidentally following a street bend, except for the white blazes. Alley-oop. Pause. I looked backwards. We're almost out of the tree line. But we've been almost out of the tree line for several minutes now, so there we go. Really, a video doesn't do this justice. We're not quite at the top of Katahdin. But dang. Not idly to the leaves of Lorien fall.
Let my hair fucking rocks.
Right? So we still gotta go over there into that cloud bank. Oh wait, no, there are people over there. No, that's just where the trail goes. But we just came up that. Don't tell mom. Don't tell mom. All right. This should be a slightly easier. By slightly, I mean very slightly. But we're not climbing straight up the mountain anymore. We're back. We're gonna do it. We just flopped. That's all. All right. Putting the phone away before I break it. The bittersweet moment of a flip-flop. So many people. It's 9 o'clock. We're leaving our campsite in Baxter State Park the day after we summited Katahdin. My thoughts on Katahdin are, I am traumatized. I'm done. It's done. I'm never doing that again. I'm glad I did it. And I am marked safe from falling off a mountain. And now, Monkey Toes and I are heading into the 100-mile wilderness. Yay! It's not even. Easily the most lackluster building ever. Indoor pool. Actually looks quite nice in here. Pool tables.
So this would be the side, I believe, that knife edge comes from.
Right. That center bit on the... She's right. There, it's all rock slides. You're all climbing up and down rock slides. That's Katahdin.
Walk down that 8-ball slide right there.
Yep, we very much did walk down that slide right there, and I will never do it again. I survived it once. I'm not going to attempt fate again. the Penobscot River. A Ball Bridge campground back in there on the shores of the Penobscot River. And this is the A-Ball Bridge. 0% what you would think it would look like, considering how built up a spot it is on the trail. It's a little one-lane bridge that loggers use. This is not at all what one would expect. I felt like it should have been grander, but it's not, so here we are. Finally back in the woods. Here we go. Today is August 7, 8, 14, 92. I don't know. It's August. What is it? I don't know. It's August in Maine. Dropped into the 60s today. It's raining. It rained all night last night, all day today. Plans on raining a lot tomorrow too. And it's wet, and I'm cold. And I would have taken some more videos of the forest because I passed through some really pretty parts of the forest today, but I'm not gonna pull my phone out when it's raining. And I'm cold. And I'm waiting for my feet to dry because I no longer have anything dry to dry my feet with before I put my dry socks on. like the thing that I was using to dry everything is too wet to absorb any more water, including the water on my wet feet. They're drier now. I just have to wait for them to deprune. There's a lot of walking through water today. There just comes a moment where you go, I give up. I need to start walking through the water because you have to. And it doesn't matter what kind of rain gear you're wearing. It's gonna soak through. I managed to keep my shirt marginally dry because I have a very nice plastic poncho, but we did 15 miles today in the rain and everything soaked through. And I put up my tent in the rain for the first time, which is crazy to think of, but usually I've been managing to like time it so that it's not raining when I'm putting my tent up. Not today. Today it was raining when I put my tent up. It's rain. Cold rain. I cried today. I cried today. It's miserable when it's cold and wet like this. And I thought I wouldn't have to be cold and wet again until like October. But no, here we are, cold and wet in August. I just noticed that. I think it's on the outside. But since I rolled it up, I don't know. Making my coffee. Still raining. And it's the next morning. And it's still raining. Look at this. It's not inside, that's outside, but it's all this splashback on my tent. Got at least 4, maybe 5 more days of the wilderness. And then I'm taking a day off in Monson. To dry off, warm up, and be human again. There will be space for you in here tonight. There will be space if you want to move your stuff in. That water is higher than it was yesterday when we got here. It's really scary that like it's rushing its banks over there and then coming back down. A lot of water. We survived.
You throw some food out there. Oh, there he is. Hi, little buddy.
You are a brave little soul, considering one of us in here wants to snish you. Where'd you go? Oh, he's gone.
Oh yeah, I did the same thing. And as I got closer, I was like, don't get too close.
Dry.
It's hard when it's so wet.
Yep.
It's smoldering. If you've got any burnable trash, paper and shit,
Most of it's just plasticky stuff.
not the plasticky stuff.
Or, yeah,
Hmm?
ramen,
Yeah, no.
stuff like that. It's not.
Even your Jello packet doesn't work.
I tried, man. You get puffs of smoke off of it, that's about it. The saga of Monkey Toast starting a fire with wet wood continues. Here he is.
Yeah. Can you hear the blows from the people?
We'll come back when we have more flame.
Something in a shirt. Something in something I'd have a shirt on.
I am 2.5 hours into my day. A 15-mile day. Because we're slack packing. The other 4 or 5. So there's 4. There's me, Monkey Toes, Snacks, Drinks, and this other dude, I think he might have just gone on. I don't know if he's slack packing with us. So there's at least 4 of us, maybe 5 of us. And the other ones are all ahead of me, and even Monkey Toes is blowing on by me because I'm not good company to keep today. And I don't think I'm even a full 3 miles into my day. Maybe 3 miles. But it's a slow day, so, because the trail is rock and the trail is wet. And I'm having a not good time right now. I've been having not a good time for the last week or so, maybe 2, ever since we came down from Katahdin. It's just been, I'm done. Like, I want to be done. And I still have like 900 miles. And I'm just like 1,000 miles, 900, almost 1,000 miles. Like, I'm done. And I'm not done. I'm nowhere near done. And I don't want to disappoint people, and I don't want to disappoint myself, but I'm done. And that's just where I'm at right now, and I've got at least another 4 miles, 4.5 miles until I'm halfway through with my day, and I get to do a bunch more climbing and then coming back down those climbs. Like, I've got, I don't know, 4 or 5 peaks today. And I was even looking at, oh, look at this. I was even looking at the view. Like, it was a spectacular view, and I was just, okay, that's another view. And they're beautiful views, but I'm done. I'm just done. And just, well, this is crazy. I gotta turn my thing off and look at where I'm going, because Katahdin Ironworks Road is where we're going, but that's the AT. So I gotta figure this out. Anyway, today's a rough day. And it's cold. It's cold and windy. And it's still August. That's pretty cool. It's not quite 9 o'clock. We had a fun little climb to get up to trail today. Slack packing again. This should be the quote-unquote easiest of the 3 slack pack days out of Shaw's. It's putty. There's a lot of little ups and downs that are just ups and downs. And it's rocky and it's rooty and it's muddy. I'm still working at organizing my thoughts from yesterday. And I'm not quitting. I called Uncle Paul, who is my Obi-Wan, and we had a good conversation about like what's really going on. And one of the things is that I've been comparing myself to people. Been comparing myself to the fast hikers, and I am not a fast hiker. I am cautious and slow, and it's all of the things I feel like I should be doing and I'm not doing, and that's where I'm at. So that is part of it. And now that I like see it, I'm like, oh, okay, yeah. And I can, at the very least, like, speak to that and not. I'm gonna have to put my phone down for this. Whew. I gotta go up that. I'll come back. But I'm still organizing thoughts and then come back. That is the glorious sun.
Is that what's going on? The Sawyer's in front of me and he's gotta go.
Yeah,
Sawyer,
because
go.
I don't want
Sawyer,
that.
move.
It's a game
Are you playing a song or are you telling this guy to come to you now?
I'm just thinking, like, no, I can't leave Monty now.
Watch out, Sawyer, watch out.
He's a purist.
But I am gonna have to go.
We're
We're gonna have to drop the price on it, so I have to go. I gotta go.
The puppuccino.
Well, I'm gonna admit it. You know, I had to do it. I had, you know, I'm gonna have to talk the guy down. I have to do it.
Puppuccino.
I gotta do it.
And create more pain down.
I know.
I'm doing all right. I think I've got like 4 minutes, and I'm standing outside a gas station. But like, is it okay if I put this video on YouTube a little bit as part of my channel? All right, because so this is just you're the one who reached out and was all like, it's a working payphone, and it's a $1 for. Yeah. I didn't think there were any in real life either, but there is one here in Monson, Maine. There is a payphone that works in Monson, yeah. Right? Just to find one payphone in Maine, it was worth 1,200 miles so far. So I'm gonna try and organize my thoughts here. The last time I spoke to the camera, I was in the woods being all like, I'm trying to organize my thoughts, and I'm not quitting. And I'm not quitting. Well, I did that thing where I quit, and then I didn't quit, because you know, you don't really quit until you're actually on your way home. So, and even then, it's not over until it's over, you know. So, it's not officially a non-through hike until March 17th of 2023, but that aside, I'm still out here. I don't remember how much I covered last time I spoke to the camera, and thereby my audience who's watching from home. It was a rough couple of weeks after summiting Katahdin. Like, Katahdin was great. Going up it was challenging, to say the least. I was confronted several times going up. But other than that, the hike itself wasn't bad. The hike coming down was traumatizing. It was an unfun experience for me. And it wasn't just unfun. There were several times where it was like, no, just go and get a helicopter. I'm done. You know, like, I'm done. And I did it. And I'm proud of myself for having done it. And I got to the top. And there was just, you know, I flip-flopped. And what I had built up in my mind to be this climactic end to my hike was the halfway point. You know, like, I know I'd covered more than half the miles, but, like, it was still the halfway point. Like, okay, you still have 1,000 miles to go. And it wasn't the end. It was just, it was another mountain to climb. And there's been a lot of joking about how it's all downhill from here. And I've got the hardest range of the trail, the whites and the presidentials ahead of me. And, like, I know they're going to be hard. And I know that each mountain is not going to be as hard as Katahdin. And I know that there are going to be challenges. And I know that, like, I know I can get through them, but there's still this voice in my head that says, just stop, just be done, you know. And that's the voice that I can't silence, and I can just ignore and keep putting one foot in front of the other. So that's where I am at with that. Like I think I said, I was talking to Uncle Paul, and everybody should have an Uncle Paul in their pocket. Like, he's my Obi-Wan. Everybody should have somebody like that, and who can hear you and listen to you and understand what you're trying to say, even when you don't know what you're trying to say. Because, like, I called him and I was like, I need something, and I don't know what it is. And I'm just tired. Like, I went through the litany of tireds. Like, I'm tired of climbing mountains that are steep and treacherous and exhausting, only to get to the top and there's no payoff. Like, the vast majority of mountains on the Appalachian Trail have no payoff. You're just climbing up them and then climbing down them. You know? So there's that. And then I'm not feeling great about the rest of it right now, but that's just a feeling. And that's kind of the thing to... Feelings are transitory. Feelings are just feelings. We have them, but they are not us. And so I can feel this way and keep going. And this stay at this hostel has been pushing into the week mark now, and we did some of that slack packing, which is great. And we're going to take another day because Monkey Toes needs to actually rest himself. And he has a friend who's probably going to be coming in that he started his hike with, so his friend will be here tomorrow, and they'll meet up and say hi. But that's just where I'm at right now. That's where we're at. And then we're going to do this southern half of Maine. Or the southern part of Maine. And everybody who's coming through who's going Novo is like, oh, you don't need to carry that much food. There's towns pretty frequently. And so that's cool. So we can keep our packs light. But the terrain is difficult. That's the trade-off, is the terrain is not easy going into the southern half of Maine. And it will not be easy. It won't even be remotely easy until we're out of the Whites. And it's probably not even going to get easy again until we're out of Vermont. So, I've got 500 or 600 miles, 700 miles before the terrain chills out again. And it's going to start getting cold. Like, it's only the middle of August, but, like, it's going to start getting cold. And I'm not looking forward to cold. I'm not looking forward to the cold again. Like, it only got into the mid-50s in that rain at night. And that was miserable. I think we all remember what it was like early on when I was all like, nope, peace out in Helen, Georgia. Yeah, so still going. Trying to pick up my spirits. Not necessarily doing the best job of it, but definitely not quitting. And I want to thank Jay Cotton for a donation that he gave me the other day, because I was looking at my bill for this hostel going, and it came just in time. And Meryl Fury, too, gave me some monies. It's going towards the hostel and food in this town, because it's Maine. And I went to the pub and got an entree and a couple of drinks. That was $50. It was insane. It's expensive. But they are definitely, those two donations at this time definitely help temper the bill. So thank you, both of you. Like, the trail provides, and that could not have come at a better time. So thank you. And right now, that's all I've got. I love everybody out there, and thank you for watching, and thank you for following along, and thank you for all of your support in every way it comes to me. And thank you for the warm, dry vibes while I was out in the 100-mile wilderness getting dumped on. So thank you for that, too. And the lesson is to just keep going. Everybody else is living lives, and they're in a situation where they can't just quit. So there's no quitting. There's just taking a mental health day or two and then getting back at it. So thank you for everyone who's supporting me. Thank you for all the naysayers who think I can't do it. I'm doing this despite you. And I love everyone else. And I will come back in the next video. So that's all I've got for now. The Wi-Fi here is crap, so by the time this is actually out in the world, it's going to be several days, maybe a week or so down the road. That's just the way it is. So sorry for the long stretches between videos and the superiorly long videos. And thank you for listening to me ramble. Bye.